Hello Roomies, and welcome to the office tour. If this is your first time here, I would just like to say welcome to Roomies by Roma Interior Design, and this is your stylish roommate. My name is Roma, and we wanted to continue more of the series of the house tour, and today we're going to tour the office. So here is a little dive into where some of the business magic happens. So we're going to start with just showing you some elements, some storage things I've done, and some storage things I need to still do. And just give you a tour of some of the art and some of the accessories I have here and things that I've picked out. And let's just see how it goes. So the first thing I thought we'd talk about is this file cabinet or storage cabinet. This was not here. It did not exist when we bought this house. So we had our cabinet guy that did all of the cabinetry in our kitchen and closets and pantry and that sort of thing add this cabinet here. And inside, I just have office supplies in the top drawer. There's stuff in here for me and my daughter for school stuff. And then these are files, just empty files that I put client information in. So any of the clients that I use for my projects, I make a file for them and I keep all of their projects together in the file, and that's what that is. Also over here is, these are Christmas cards or holiday cards or birthday cards, because you never seem to have enough of those. And so anytime you have a holiday or birthday or something to keep me from having to run out and get a birthday card, I always have some here. And other, my daughter's teachers and her, piano teacher and swim teacher and stuff. So we like to send them birthday cards and gifts and that sort of thing. So that's what's in there. And in here is where I store, I do have some overflow of cards in here, but this is where I put my client folders. So any clients that I have, I put them in this folder, hanging folder, so I can go back to them and look for other products that I might have used, and for any future updates. So like if I do a certain room in their house and then they have me come back and actually do a different room in their house, it's a good reference to go back to the old file and just look to see what we've done to try to keep the style the same. So that helps. And in this is, these are thank you cards that I send out for projects and for just for anything that you might need a thank you card for. So that's what those are. And then down here is more office supplies. So like paper for the printer, and there's wipes for my computer and for my desk. And then in here, I have certain things separated. These are personal files for our house. So this is stuff for my business. These are things for the house. Everything's in its own little folder and coordinated. And this is other personal information that we just need access to quickly. So we have that. Also, this was another piece of cabinetry we added. We didn't have a place to put our printer. So our cabinet guy added this, and then there is there's more paper in here and envelopes and things to take care of the printer are in here. Again, it's one of those things we talked about in the previous video where you try to corral everything together and keep it in one spot so you have it. Again, there's more paper and envelopes. These are Roomies by Roma envelopes. So I put invoices and those sorts of things in there to give to my clients. And then this is vertical storage. I do need to kind of organize it a little better, but most of this is vendor information that I use for projects and suppliers that I get furniture pieces from and that sort of thing. So that's what is here. There's also some artwork here that my daughter's done. And my daughter and I have a little tradition that we do anytime we go someplace and they have someone that does caricatures. We, and I just haven't found any place to put them yet. Let me see if I can find that one that's of us. Here it is. This is one of my favorites. So, I just haven't had a place to put it yet. So, or found a place to put it yet. So any time we go out of town and we go someplace and they have a person that does caricatures, we get one done. And so I just haven't had this one framed yet. And so that's what's down here. And then these boxes were not here either. I wanted a feature that sort of separated the wall art from the wall, because I just didn't want to stick it on the wall, but I wanted something that sort of made it stand out a little bit. So I had my cabinet guy create these boxes. The rhino came from a vendor that I use. I don't know what I just like rhinoceroses for some reason. And so I have a couple of those in my office. The accent on top though, I needed something that sort of stood out, and I like zebra print. And this is just a tray that I found at Home Goods. And luckily the day I was there happened to be 2 of those. But I wanted some sort of accent on top that sort of brought that out. And so I have 2 of those, one on each box. And then this is just storage for pens and pencils and that sort of thing. I have some magnets and keepsakes on that side, just from travels and stuff. And yeah, so this is just stickers. These are for my daughter when she does a good job on things. It's just motivation for her to do things. When she comes in here and gets things too, these are labels that are for her, for certain things, like for her books and backpack and that sort of stuff. Extra cables. This is sticky notes. Oh, and an envelope sealer, if you're wondering what that is. So if you have a bunch of envelopes to send out staples and thumbtacks, you know, just that sort of stuff you need. Scotch tape.
Color red.
Yeah, I like red. Red is like my favorite color. And red is kind of difficult for most people to kind of design with, but I wanted some red somewhere in my house. And so I figured that this would be the best place to have the red, because it gives you energy, I think. It also, it's just good memories that come from red for me. Since we're here, this is actually a daybed. I've had this forever. I just have manipulated the cushions so that it looks like a couch. So it's really not a couch. It's actually a daybed, but I just moved the cushions against the wall. So that's a designer tip that you're getting today for free. So if you have a space like this and you need a daybed or a couch, then it's easy to sort of manipulate the cushions and make it look like a sofa. I've had this was in my daughter's room when she was a baby, for us to lay with her and feed her and, you know, take a nap and that sort of thing. And then as she got older and we moved and changed houses, I just moved it back down to my office. It's always been in my office, but then when she was a baby, we had it in her room. Maybe I can find some pictures of that and show. The artwork on the wall is a triptych. And what a triptych is, if you don't know what a triptych is, it's 3 pieces of art that are put together to form one picture. And so I had a friend that was an artist. I always think it's one of those things when you are a creative, you are blessed enough to be around other creatives. And this was a housewarming gift he made for me when I got my first place. And so he came over and saw the couch and matched the couch to the red that's in the picture. And I've had this for a long time, since 2007. He created this for me. He's since passed away. He died of cancer. But it is one of the things that I've had and held on to a long time. So,
swivel drop.
Hey, so I see a lot of you guys viewing my videos, but not as many people subscribing. I would love it if you would take the time to go down and smash those buttons, click on the like button and subscribe, and give me some comments and share my videos to your friends and family, and just let them know that your stylish roommate is here to help you out with any sort of design challenge or just any tips or tricks that you might need or want. So I would appreciate your support, and thanks again, and I look forward to creating with you. That is it for the red. So I do have other red accents in here. I do have other colors in here, but I thought it would be easier to decorate with my favorite color if I could contain it in a room somewhere, but still get to be able to use it and have it. So that's why there are some other pops of red that are in here. This is a painting that a friend of my mother's does art, and she made this for me. This was a birthday gift my mom sent to me, and I didn't want to hang it on the wall. And like I had talked about in one of the other videos, where you can stage your horizontal surfaces instead of hanging your art on the wall, it's a good option to also layer them on top of things. And so that's what I've done here. These were some vases I bought. I think these came from Wayfair. I can see if I can find them and that sort of thing and link those. But they were pretty inexpensive, I thought, but I needed some other things here to kind of balance the other end. And this is just other storage. This is actually one of the newer pieces I have in here. I didn't have any other vertical storage like this that I could put some of my other things in here, so they were all on the floor. So this isn't the best organized, but I'm going to get in here and sort of do it. But I needed another place to put like my, I have like a toolkit in here for when I need to do things around the house, or when I need to take something to job sites. So if I need to measure or screw in or whatever, this is a nice portable toolkit, and it looks stylish. It doesn't look like a regular toolkit, because that was important to me, because I kind of like stuff like that. So I just needed a place for some of this stuff, and there's extra like camera equipment. I do also have these Funko Pops that my daughter sort of got me hooked onto. So I have some extra ones in there that I don't have storage room for, but I wanted to keep them. And then these are just things I've collected from trips or travel throughout the years. So these are just pictures of me and my favorite girl, and then a picture she made for me when she was, I want to say she was about 2 or 3 and made that, and I just thought it was cute, so I framed it. These are masks. These are from Italy. My husband and I went to a fundraiser. I may have talked about that in one of my other videos, but we needed these masks for the fundraiser, and so this one and the one up top were the ones we actually wore. The other ones I think I just bought because I wasn't sure what we were going to wear. And then these are cards. These are also from my daughter. She likes to decorate, so she finds things and gives them to me and says, oh, you can add that to your collection of cars, or you can add that to your collection of things. So some of these little trinkets are from her. This is chalk. It's gymnastics chalk. I used to coach gymnastics years ago. I coached for about 25 years or so. And that was chalk from our last gymnastics meet before I retired. And so the girls made me a gift of certain things, and this was just chalk that they took out of the box just for something for me to have. If you're a gymnast, you know you know. And so that's what that is. This was a gift from a friend. This was another piece of the things that they gave me when I retired. This is a little cube from Paris. We took a group of gymnasts to Europe for a gymnastics competition. So this is just one of my favorite things. They kind of know I like knicky-knacky things. These don't go together, but I just thought this was a good place to kind of put that. But when we went to the Eiffel Tower, I wanted something that I could bring back that was sort of me. So I brought that back. Another picture of me and my favorite girl. This is an owl in the back. It's actually an urn. Someone made that for me. Kind of morbid, but it's for my husband's ashes. They made that for me when he passed away. We had a house in Virginia Beach, and every season an owl would come back and visit that house. And he would leave at a certain time of the year and come back every year. And so I was telling my friend the story that made that for us. And she didn't know anything about that until after she made it, which was kind of, I think it was just meant to be. So that's what that is. And then I have these other animals up here that I made out of soapstone. I have these all over the house. They're in my orange room. I have some in the blue bedroom. I think Alexa has one in her room. I have some in my bedroom. It's, I don't know, it's just something I think I bought to sort of tie all the rooms together, but they're all in different colors for in each part of the room. They kind of represent each room. The glass vases are things I've had for over the years. They were either a gift or I bought them or something just to sort of put flowers in or fill in the space or something like that. So that's what this is. And this also was one of the things that was not here when we moved in. And so we had my cabinet guy make this too. And he installed lights. I just noticed one of the lights is out in there, but he installed the lights and the light on top too. And of course it's red because I needed some red in here. There wasn't enough. So I had some red in here. And these are faces I picked up when we went to Hawaii a few years ago. There is a trail. We were going to the road to Hana and driving by, and this is like one of the last little stops where you can use the bathroom and get something to eat sort of thing. And so we picked those up just for memories. And then plants, these plants, they're surviving. I don't have much of a green thumb, but they do look better than what they did. The cactus, I'm sort of like, not so much, but they were my husband's. I could not get rid of them. I held on to them, and they're surviving. I'm not sure exactly how to make them grow a little more, but they're doing okay. The other things I have in here, this is just another plant. I put it on this garden stool just to give it some more texture and that sort of thing. But this is basically the office. The other thing, I do want to talk about these chairs. I needed some chairs in here. And I didn't want anything that took up a lot of visual weight because I was trying to keep the office as clean and minimal as I could on this one side that you see from the door, because I wanted there to be less kind of visual clutter. I think there's enough with what's going on in the back of my computers and stuff. So these are from a company called Global Views. They're kind of pricey, but they're very substantial. It's not the regular Lucite sort of ghost chairs you see that everybody sort of has. These are pretty substantial, and they're gonna last for a while. And they can, I figure that anything that can hold me up is gonna be around for a little bit. So this is, and the seats of these, you can have them custom in any color. I think they come in 7 or 8 different colors. They also had red, but it wasn't the same shade of red, so I didn't get red. I just did get black. And it comes in gray. There's also a green. I think there's like I said, there's black and there's red, but it was a different shade, and so I chose this. The thing I think I would focus on, or the key takeaway is, I think some of the same things I do in all of the rooms is surround yourself with the things that you love. Surround yourself with the good memories of things. I mean, there are things in here that I've had for a long time. There are things in here that I've had that I received as gifts from the kids I coached, or family members, or when we go on trips, I buy, try to buy little things that remind me of that. And I think when you do that, especially if you're going to be in a place where you're working all day, you kind of want those memories or those things that kind of keep you motivated or kind of keep you happy or kind of keep you where you want to come to a place and work. And so I think that is the key takeaway. It definitely still can be about the aesthetic part of it too, because I mean, it's still nice, but you also still want it to be comfortable and you want it to have memories. I mean, anytime I can look around certain things in my office and I can just have good memories of that. And one of the girls that I used to coach, she and her mom come out and visit occasionally, and she wrote a little sticky note on my computer and left it there, and that was months ago, and I just left it there because I come in here and I see that and it just reminds me of them and reminds me of her. And my daughter does the same thing. She has little notes and she writes notes and sticks them in places. And so I think that's the key takeaway of that sort of thing. Yes, I think it should still be fashionable, I guess. It should still be nice and still look elevated and that sort of thing, but it should also be functional. I also think that there's always a way to accomplish both. Like I said, I think the storage part is still a work in progress. It's not exactly how I want it, but I think when I can take some time to really do it, especially now that I have this new storage spaces and stuff, I can get it more of how I want it, and just keep working on it from there. I just think that's the key takeaway. The other thing is try and make sure you also have a nice, big surface to work on. If you need more of that sort of room or that sort of space, I think for some offices, you may not need a large desk, but I kind of do. I have the 2 monitors and I just kind of like to spread out. I don't like to feel like I'm trapped in a space. Well, thanks for tuning in again today. This is another video in this series of the house tour, and today we toured my office. I appreciate you spending time with me today, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed another sneak peek of a room inside my house. And I appreciate you spending time with me again today, and I look forward to creating with you. Also, if you've lasted this long and haven't taken the time to do that, please go down and smash those buttons and subscribe and like the video. It does help the channel. It also lets me know what kind of videos you'd like to view and the quality of videos that I produce. And I've been listening, and so I've been trying to make sure that I give you the content that you've requested. And as always, I look forward to creating with you. Thanks so much.